It's summertime. People think about vacations and traveling. Tell me, if you could go any place you wanted to go, where would you, what sort of a trip would you take? Anybody? No?
Aruba.
Pardon?
Aruba.
Aruba. Oh, with the beautiful beaches. Any other place? Yes.
I'd like to go to Holland.
Holland. Tulips and great art, and the best herring sandwich I ever ate. Well, there were once 3 brothers, and they loved to travel. They decided they would each go in a separate direction, and they would return and meet again after a year and a day and tell each other about their adventures. The eldest brother went to the east. He came to a strange land. The people all had blue skin, bright blue skin. Oh, there were other strange features in that land to see. The eldest brother walked around. He found his way into the bazaar. And in the bazaar, he found a magic shop. And in the magic shop, he found a rather odd-looking mirror. And the shopkeeper told him, oh, this is a magic mirror. Whoever owns it has but to say where he wants to go, or what he wants to see, and the mirror will show it to him. After considerable bargaining, the shopkeeper sold the eldest brother the magic mirror. The second brother went to the west. He came to a really unusual land. All the people lived in underground caves connected by tunnels. The second brother wandered around this unusual land, and he looked here and there until he too came to a bazaar and found an interesting looking shop. Oh, the shops were all interesting, but one was special. In it, it was a carpet shop, and in it he found a carpet that seemed to float above the ground. It hovered without anyone even touching it. The shopkeeper said, it's a magic carpet. Whoever owns this carpet has but to tell it where we want to go, and it will take him, and with the speed of wind. After quite a bit of haggling, the shopkeeper sold the second brother the magic carpet. The third brother went to the south. There he found great forests and beautiful orchards. In one of the orchards, he found a pomegranate tree. It was covered with blossoms, but only one pomegranate. The youngest brother reached out to pick that fruit, and before he even touched it, it fell right into his hand. Oh, that's unusual, he thought. There must be something special about this pomegranate. He turned it over and looked at it. Oh, it was perfect. It was beautiful red with a tufted little crown. Then, without warning, the pomegranate tree disappeared. Ah, thought the youngest brother, surely this is a magic pomegranate. But what is its magic? He put it in his pocket and went on his way. After a year and a day, the 3 brothers met again and told each other their adventures and showed one another their wondrous treasures. The eldest brother said, let's look in my mirror and see what's going on in the king's palace. At once, the mirror showed them the king's palace, and it showed them the king scowling and pacing back and forth, and the queen was weeping piteously and wringing her hands. The princess was ill, deathly ill. The second brother said, let's jump on my magic carpet and let's go to the palace and see if there's anything we can do to help. The moment the 3 of them jumped on the carpet, whoosh, like the wind, the carpet took them to the palace in minutes. There, they found the king scowling and pacing back and forth, and the queen weeping and wringing her hands. The princess lay near death. None of the court physicians had been able to cure her. The king, desperate, had issued a proclamation. Whatever man should cure the princess would marry her and be given half the kingdom as well. The youngest brother asked if he could see the princess, and the king agreed. And there she lay, pale, still, scarcely breathing. The youngest brother took the pomegranate and a knife from his pocket. He sliced it in half. Oh, the seeds inside the pomegranate were so plump and juicy looking. They were bright, shining red like rubies. Carefully, gently, he fed a seed to the princess, and another, and another. And when she had eaten quite a few seeds, a flush of pink appeared in her pale cheeks. And when she had consumed almost all the half of the pomegranate, her eyes popped open, shining, and she sat up in bed, fully recovered. Oh, how the king and queen rejoiced! And the king kept his promise. He said, "The man who cured my beautiful daughter will marry her and get half the kingdom as well." But now the brothers began to quarrel. The eldest brother said, "I should be the one to marry the princess and be awarded half the kingdom, because if it weren't for my magic mirror, we wouldn't have known that the princess was ill." The second brother said, "Oh no, I should be the one to marry the princess and receive half the kingdom as a reward, because if it weren't for my magic carpet, we could never have reached the palace in time." But the youngest brother said, "I'm the one who should marry the princess and be given half the kingdom. It was my pomegranate that cured her." The three brothers could not agree, and the king could not decide. All three brothers were fine and worthy young men. He turned to the princess and told her, "You must decide. You must choose who will marry you and receive half the kingdom." The princess said, "I will ask each brother a question." She turned to the eldest brother and asked, "Has your mirror changed in any way since you came here?" The eldest brother said, No, I can still see any place I want to if I ask it." She turned to the second brother. "Has your carpet changed in any way since you arrived here?" The second brother said, "No, the carpet will still take me anywhere I want to go." She turned to the youngest brother and asked, "Has your pomegranate changed in any way since you arrived at the palace?" The youngest brother said, "Well, yes, I only have half of it left. I fed half of it to you." The princess turned to the king, her father, and said, "I will marry the youngest brother, because the greatest good deed is to give something of yourself, something of your own, in order to help someone else." The king and the three brothers all agreed the princess had made a wise choice. The youngest brother and the princess were married, and the eldest brother and the second brother became counselors to the king. That's the way it happened. Now, do you think the princess made a wise choice? That's for you to decide. Thank you.